Hello, everybody. Happy to be here with you again on Monday morning or Monday afternoon in Seattle. When I started writing this post, I was talking about calm in the storm because it was so stormy outside. Like the wind was blowing and hail was coming down. It was just like cold and blustery. And right now the sun is out. There's dark clouds on the horizon, but at the moment the sun's shining. So, hey, springtime, the bipolar season. That's what my husband just said, anyway. Yeah, it's been a little while since I did a live video because I feel like a lot of people are doing live videos, and I wanted to wait until I had something that I really wanted to share with you. This weekend was really lovely. I disconnected from a lot of the online world news, that kind of thing. And instead, we spent time building our beds in our garden, finding a bunch of random things growing. So I transplanted a bunch of onions and garlic. There's some crazy, I don't know, random plants starting. Also, I planted peas a few days ago, and something is digging them up and eating them. So uh, that's not so great. I'm kind of mad at those. I think they're squirrels, or they could be rats, but let's call them squirrels. Maybe they're punk rock and they shaved the hair off their tails. I don't know. Anyway, they dug up all my pea starts, and so I have to start them again and protect them better. But, that's what critters do, right? In addition, this weekend, I was able to attend a couple talks, listen to some educational things. One thing I did was I went to this talk about COVID-19 and breathing, taught by Robert Littman of The Breathable Body. And there were a couple things in there that I thought were super important to pass on. He is a really incredible breathwork and movement coach, and I've learned a lot from him over the years. I think he's very wise. He had a lot of really good information, but the main thing I want to share with you as far as breathing health goes is to do your best to breathe through your nose all the time. And I notice how much I want to breathe through my mouth as I'm talking to you, so I'm going to try to go a little slower and allow myself to find my breath. There are many advantages to breathing through our nose, and if you want to know more about it, I can share an upcoming event that you'll likely have, so you could attend if you'd like to learn more. But the two big takeaways I wanted to share with you was a technique he calls the mini pause that I'm hoping to gift out to the world, especially those of you that are working in environments where you may be more exposed to COVID. The mini pause is helpful for boosting the immune system and kind of resetting your body. And if you take his workshop, he'll explain it all to you. But just the technique itself is, it's best to use the mini pause, he said, 10 to 15 minutes before going to sleep, or anytime after you cough, you sneeze, yawning, sighing, anything that's a really open mouth opportunity to exchange, let's just say virus, like whatever. So the technique is to pause for 3 to 5 seconds after an exhale. So what you'd want to do is just always keep the breath easy. It's not a question of being like Trump does when he's talking, how he goes, blah, 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 blah. He's like, whoa, it doesn't need to be that intense. Keep the breath very soft. So maybe you'd like to try it with me. So what you'll do is just very gently inhale and then exhale. And at the end of the exhale, pause for 2, 3, and then very gently let the breath flow in again. He recommended, again, doing this multiple times. I don't remember how often he said to do it, but he did say do it for about 10 to 15 minutes before sleeping. Um, Again, the technique is to inhale gently, to exhale gently, and then pause for 3 to 5 seconds. We're not looking for air hunger. We're looking for just that quieting of the breath and how your body is ready for the next breath. Not starving, but ready. The other exercise that he gave that kind of builds on this mini pause, I think is super helpful, especially if anyone is having experience with panic or anxiety right now. I have seen Robert use this technique with someone that is having an asthma attack, and I've seen him get people out of an asthma attack, which is really incredible, especially when you consider that people with asthma oftentimes need a rescue inhaler. So he could certainly tell you more about that if you took his class, but I'm just going to teach you the technique to calm your nervous system. So what it's called a hyperventilation reduction exercise. And if you're dealing with a situation with anxiety, you're going to do this for a count of 6. If you're doing this for asthma, it's for a count of 10. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out, and then we're going to suspend or pause the breath for an increasing length of time. So let's say like you breathe in, you'll breathe out, you'll pause for 2, in, out, pause for 3, in, out, pause for 4, in, out, pause for 5. If you're with anxiety, you go up to 6, and then you work your way back down from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. If it's asthma, you work up to 10 and then come back down. So I see that there's some lovely people here online with me. So maybe you'll just try it and see how you feel. And I'll put links to his next class in the notes after this. So if you are interested in doing a deeper dive about learning how to do this, I highly recommend joining up. But so again, the breath is to be very soft, not grabby or forced. So you're not pulling air in or pushing breath out. In fact, for the inhale, you'd want to imagine breathing in for 2 and exhaling for 3. So it's a slightly longer breath. And then we'll suspend. So I'll just count it with you guys and maybe you can try it if you like. So we're going to breathe in for 2 and out, 2, 3, pause for 2. In for 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 2, 3. In, 2, out, 2, 3, pause, 1. There you go. 2. I guess that last one was 2. So take a moment. If anyone's on right now, if you want to put a little like smiley face or happy face or sad face or like or heart or whatever, how was that for you? Did you enjoy it? How did it feel? That little exercise you can try anytime Earlier in the week, I also taught you the alternate nostril breathing of breathing in and then switching on the exhale, which nostril it is. So a couple different options there, and hopefully that allows you to drop your nervous system and settle a little bit more. So on to some other things. My last post was on dissolution, and it was really interesting. I had some fantastic conversations with people with that. I feel like it was like just the cusp of an idea, and some one-on-one conversations I had with people was really inspiring to understand how we are all in this space together. So, yeah, I would love to know if there's any other topics or you'd like to dive more deeply into that topic or not, or what would be interesting for you. I'm still really motivated about what kind of world we're going to create together here. And I'm still seeing loud and clear how our leadership is very focused on the corporatization of healthcare and corporatization of everything, how everything is really going to be about getting the economy back. And I recognize that that's really the paradigm that we're in. And yet, the people I've talked to recently, it's incredible the level of humanity that we share. And I really, really hope that when this experience is complete, that we have found some shared human values that we care about enough that that is going to be part of the fabric of our everyday lives. Just before this video, I had a really interesting call with a healthcare recruiter, actually. And in the process of our conversation, it just got so real so fast. She'd been a nurse and had a really challenging, she had a patient die early on in her career. And just realizing how healthcare workers, those of us who have been at the bedside when someone passes, or is even, we're not certain, but things are really frightening and that something could happen at any moment. Nurses and other healthcare workers thrive in this space, but it does take a toll on our hearts. And I know every patient that is lost, we don't forget those patients. I know doctors don't forget their patients that are lost or that have touch and go experiences. And I really, really hope that when this crisis ends, that we remember how important it is to give people time to be held in their grief or to be held in their panic. This can't just go back to your job and pretend like nothing happened. Okay, I know that we know this, and I know that we're hungry for that normalcy in many ways, but we need to create space to feel the profundity of what's happening and to not lose hope. But we are being called to be together in a really intense emotional time together. So how else might we change the future? How might we dream our future together? Well, for me, for one thing that I'm seeing that I would really love more of is this slowed down pace. I'm finding it really nourishing. I wonder how you're finding it. Is it more nourishing for you? Is it more stressful? The people I talk to, I have some really lovely clients and just awesome friends that I talk to. They really vacillate between feeling great and grounded and then feeling like, holy shit, what's happening? So I think that's really normal. And I think it's really helpful for us to share that, because some days I feel that way too, like, whoa. And then other days, like, okay, I got it. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for tuning in today. I really love your feedback and to see what else you'd like to hear about or discuss or share. If this is what you want to tune in for, thank you. I'm going to talk a little bit about me and what I offer. So if you want to hang out for that, please do. As I've been working through this time, I'm getting more clear about what my work is. And I really understand that I help people who are navigating really challenging or difficult experiences to achieve stability and balance through that process. My experience in helping people with these challenging experiences has been helping mothers through birth and families through birth, also helping as a bereaved parent myself, and helping with families in birth who are losing their children or have very serious health conditions. Um, I've also facilitated a perinatal loss support group, so I've been able to hold space for people and help them make meaning and get through really turbulent times. I also have a lot of experience being with people in extraordinary states of consciousness, so in psychedelic medicine sessions with ketamine, for example, and kind of walking with people as they find their way through really hard times. Right now, we are in a really hard time, and if you or anyone you know is struggling, I would be honored to offer my assistance in any way. So if you feel called to work with me, please just reach out. You can message me here, or you can go to my website, and I'd love to chat. All right. Have a beautiful day. Remember to go slow. Enjoy the stormy weather. All right, my friends. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.